Hey guys, what's going on? It's Carl here, back with another episode. Coming at you, obviously, in a beautiful spot. We're in Cabo. I'm kind of on holiday here, but wanted to bring you guys the Best Smartphone of the Year award. I decided to do mine a bit different and focus on the best cameras for smartphones, as that's probably the most important feature that I kind of look at when I'm grabbing a new phone. And I think the winner, in no doubt, is the Pixel 2. This one, of course, the Pixel 2 XL. Before we get into all the details, just wanted to share the winner of the Pixel 2 XL for my review a month ago, and that was Kieran Ockel. We've kind of swapped emails, so one of these guys is being shipped off to you. Congrats, and thanks for entering. So before we start, just want to give a big shout out to Google for powering and sponsoring this episode, but I wouldn't really make a video like this and just up this camera because I'm technically sponsored. It's the truth. The Pixel 2's camera is by far the best camera that I've used on a smartphone. I've of course used the iPhone 10, the Galaxy Note 8, continuously over the past 2 months. Those have had good cameras, but I still always come back to this guy as it is the king of the crop, the best of 2017. So quickly, let's talk about specs first. On the back, it does look a bit plain. We only have one lens when most smartphones we've seen usually have a dual lens setup. It's a 12.2 megapixel shooter with an f1.8 aperture, but that's where the normal ends. It takes by far the best photos as it has HDR Plus built in, so it has the best dynamic range, and it's amazing that it's all built into one lens. They are using a lot of software, but heck, I think Google knows what they're doing, and it definitely beats out, say, the iPhone 10 or even the Note 8, which had, until this, the best cameras on the market. One thing that the Pixel 2 does best is portrait mode, and only having that one lens, as I said, it uses a lot of software to determine what's in, say, the foreground and what's in the background. Even comparing to, say, the iPhone 10 or even the iPhone 8 Plus, which usually had the best portrait mode for a camera, this thing beats it 9 out of 10. Especially in some areas, you can see in some of these sample shots where I'm kind of looking for areas where the iPhone struggles, say between fingers. It does a better job at detecting stuff like hair or objects that usually, say, the iPhone makes a bit soft, and really does a good job at defining, as I said, what's kind of in the foreground and what's in the background, even when you have someone else in the photo. Cameraman Brandon, we've taken a couple selfies, it will still detect two people for portrait mode and make the background nice and blurred out, and unless you are cropping in super close, you won't really be able to see that, especially if you're just looking off your smartphone. And that portrait mode feature extends now to the front-facing camera, so for all of you selfie lovers out there, it does apply. And once again, this is where it is just hands down the best camera, front-facing camera that I've seen on a smartphone. I think it makes you look prettier, right? Low light performance is once again where this thing shines, and just taking some pics out here when the sun was setting, I was so surprised by how much color and how much detail the Pixel 2 could grab. It almost feels like this camera is from 2018, maybe even 2019. It literally blows everything else out of the water. Video, once again, is awesome on the Pixel 2, and the best part here is the stabilization. It's kind of a mixture of optical image stabilization, OIS, and of course the electronic-based IS is really good too. It makes everything look very smooth. It almost makes it look like this phone is on a gimbal. It doesn't look jittery and fake like I've seen on other phones, like say Sony's. It just nails it, and it makes it so simple to use. You can't really dig too far into the menu system, and Google has made it very simple. You can't change things like ISO, shutter speed, the f-stop. They've kind of made a camera that every person that just picks up, they can point and shoot, and they should 9.9 times out of 10 get an awesome result, which is what I love. So if you're looking for a smartphone with the primary function of using the camera all the time, the Pixel 2, of course the XL is my preferred one, is the way to go. And I think that will wrap up the Best Smartphones of the Year camera edition style. I'm hoping to enjoy the rest of my vacation, taking pics, of course, with this guy. I'm super stoked to see what smartphone photography brings in 2018, and I'll catch the rest of you in one of my next episodes or vlogs. Peace.